A big hello to all my industry colleagues. My name is Melvin Matthews and I'm here to represent Wartsila. What drives me as a person is a passion for technology, innovation, environment, and people. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope during this unfortunate pandemic, you find yourselves and your family healthy and safe. Thank you, Intersem, for inviting me to discuss the emerging technologies in shipping, particularly for bulk shipping, cement carriers, self-unloaders, etc. Most of you perhaps already know Wartsila as a company in some form. For those of you who are less familiar, Wartsila has mainly two business areas that it focuses on: energy and marine. The energy business deals with shore-based power plants which run on traditional fuels, biofuels, synthetic fuels, and also powered by renewable energy sources. When it comes to marine business, Wartsila has its machinery, engines, equipments, devices, sensors, and a range of digital solutions installed on roughly 1/3 of the world's fleet. It services and maintains roughly half the world's fleet, so not just the fleet with our equipment and solutions, but also of those of our competitors. It operates in almost all shipping sectors from cruise and ferry, offshore and fishing, merchant and military vessels, etc. Wartsila is a 185-year-old company, therefore it has a very long history. But for any company to be successful, it needs to have a vision. A few years ago, all stakeholders, employees, and investors came together to formulate a common purpose. And at Wartsila, this is enabling sustainable societies using smart technology. The company now had a purpose and needed the strategy and tools to get to its smart marine vision. It looked at three main building blocks to achieve this. Firstly, to manage the shipping assets from cradle to grave using data. That is from shipyard right up through to scrapyard. Secondly, optimize the voyage from berth to berth using digital solutions. And finally, to perfect the core, that is total digital transformation, starting first internally, but more importantly with all external stakeholders such as customers, suppliers, ports, regulators, partners, etc. Wartsila then embarked on a well thought of and planned acquisition strategy to enable its vision and purpose. So in 2015, it started out by acquiring L3 Marine for its marine automation systems. In 2016, Eniram came along for its mathematical modeling and energy efficiency solutions. In 2017, Guidance Marines was acquired for its sensor technology. In 2018, Transwas was acquired for ECDIS, vessel traffic management, and simulator systems. Now, if you look at all the acquisitions, it without doubt points towards one thing, which is unmanned and autonomous shipping. This also means that Wartsila now has the most extensive portfolio of smart marine technologies and capabilities that no one can match, which includes specialized marine automation systems, world-class mathematical modeling and energy efficiency solutions, cutting-edge sensor capability. We're the global leader in vessel traffic solutions, leading cloud service for fleet operations, world leader in bridge and engine simulations and automation systems. Cybersecurity as a core competence is seen across all our solutions. And of course, we have 300 plus software developers to bring all this seamlessly together. As a result, Wartsila now has the richest portfolio of piloted autonomous technology. The question then arises, what does this all mean in reality? Well, the true benefits of digitalization can only be achieved when the entire maritime ecosystem is digitalized. However, if we were to just talk about navigation, in order to achieve automated collision avoidance, one needs to have situational awareness. In the future, with reduced crew or vessels being unmanned, total situational awareness can only be achieved by smart sensors and devices. Of course, when the situation demands maneuvering for collision avoidance, then we need to digitally instruct the automation that controls the propulsion and steering system. We were then considering activities in ports, and this entailed automatic mooring and unmooring, bunkering operations, swapping of battery power units for short sea vessels, automated cargo operations, etc. coordination of all port functions will be done digitally by a remote control tower, and it will oversee not just every operation, but every activity for safety and efficiency. Now, the entire ecosystem, sensors and devices are built ground up with cybersecurity in mind and cybersecurity enabled, with all data stored and analyzed in a secure cloud. So what does that journey towards autonomous look like? Obviously, ships going unmanned is not something that's going to happen overnight. Wartsila has therefore taken a practical approach to its development. We believe that autonomous solutions of the future will first be used as a decision support system by the crew working on these modern ships today. This will give the crew and show management early and real-world operational experience with the advanced systems. This, of course, will lead to trust and confidence, which will allow a smooth transition to autonomous ships. And of course, it also ensures a commercial viability path towards autonomy. So we have made several tests and test cases and working solutions in developing our journey towards autonomy. From the outset, we made a conscious decision that we would only engage in projects that involved co-development. And this meant working closely with key customers to tackle challenges in their operations. It meant MVP testing of different solutions to these problems. And we also said that the goal is to always solve a problem in the current market while bringing us closer to autonomous ships. And as a consequence, we have therefore developed and tested a range of working solutions such as remote control operations, a smart maneuver suite for auto docking and auto transit, cloud solutions for just-in-time arrival, situational awareness and collision avoidance systems, and of course wireless charging for ships, etc. When it comes to remote control operations, we have systems in deployment since 2015. But due to strict NDA, we are unable to discuss the details here today. However, for public consumption, we remotely operated a ship in Aberdeen in the UK from San Diego in the US. And we achieved full remote control functionality even at low bandwidth. The response time was less than 1 second. And in this particular use case, there was no need for class approval, so we did not pursue it. The Smart Maneuvering Suite is the capability where the entire maneuvering is controlled by software, with the option for manual override by the crew at any time if required. It includes Smart Dock, which is essentially autonomous docking and undocking system, and Smart Transit, which is an automated transit between ports along a specified route. And then there's Smart Entry, which is basically an automated assistance for entering harbor, lock gates, canals, etc. These are all, of course, commercially available today and bring with it the following benefits, such as reduced maneuvering time, resulting in significant fuel reduction. It copies and performs like your best captain would every time, and it is not impacted by crew change or new promotions on board, etc. And every maneuver is uniformly executed, and therefore fuel consumption is much more predictable and much better estimated. Now, vessels spend a lot of time waiting at anchor. This is partly because ports and ships operate essentially in silos, and it is estimated that there can be an overall efficiency gain of between 15 and 30% if vessels arrive just in time based on berthing availability and cargo availability. At the moment, vessels, or most vessels, speed up to arrive in port and then wait till they fit their slot. Now, to solve this problem of just-in-time arrival and to optimize ship and port operations as one singular holistic ecosystem, Wartsila has developed a single secure communications platform connecting the vessels with onshore management and port operations. And the Wartsila Force Cloud, which is a fleet operations service, facilitates just-in-time arrival by providing transparent navigational information exchange, charter party and environmental compliance, optimization of voyage and speed behavior, along with port stays. For congested waters like Singapore Straits or inside harbors, we have developed a near-field collision avoidance solution in cooperation with Singapore MPA and PSA. The entire process of development and trials are supervised and approved by Lloyd's. In the case of near-field collision avoidance, situational awareness was achieved by sensor technology based on laser, microwave radar, vision processing, and GNSS. The result was that with the help of simulations and real-time testing or real-life testing, we developed solutions similar to what you may find in modern cars, such as adaptive speed pilot, collision avoidance, parking sensors, 360-degree view, virtual lookout, etc. The other areas of innovation Wartsila has been working on are in the area of battery technology. And we already have plug-in charging solutions for many years now. But a few years ago, we were the first to develop a wireless induction charging solution for vessels, and that is also commercially available today. We are also working on design and concept for slow charging and self-driving batteries. We often hear the question, when will unmanned ships be available? To be frank, they already exist, but for limited operational scenarios, and we see interesting examples and interests coming from coastal ships, short sea voyages, and inland waterways with transit speed limits, etc. Mostly cargo ships and cement carriers and small bulk carriers are the ones who show most promise. We see interest from areas where certain exceptions to call rigs are permitted. And finally, where we have seen most interest is where there's a close cooperation between supplier, ship operator, authorities, receivers, charterers, etc. I hope this has given an initial view of the technology landscape and the developments and solutions we have at Wartsila. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them. Please feel free to contact me by email or via message on LinkedIn. Thank you.